Deciding whether to leave your home country is one of the toughest choices anyone can make. For many white South Africans, especially Afrikaners, this isn't a new conversation. It's been the background music for decades. It's a constant debate in your head, a recurring topic at every braai. You love the mountains, the ocean, the familiar sound of hadidas in the morning. This is home, your roots are here, your family history is woven into the soil. Leaving feels like tearing out a part of yourself, a betrayal of the place that shaped you. It's a deeply personal struggle, like breaking up with someone you still love but can't see a future with. The reasons for this internal tug-of-war are complex and layered. On one hand, you have this incredible, vibrant nation with a spirit you won't find anywhere else. The people, the cultures, the sheer beauty of the landscape, it all pulls you in. But on the other hand, there are the daily realities that wear you down. You hear stories from friends about crime, you see the high unemployment numbers on the news, and you worry about the future for your kids. It's this constant seesaw of emotions. One day you're filled with hope, feeling that local is lekker, and the next you're scanning job websites in Australia. It's exhausting. This feeling is amplified by a sense of shifting identity. The white South African population is getting smaller, not just because people are leaving, but also because birth rates are lower. Back in 1977, white people made up about 16% of the population. Now it's closer to 7%. When your community shrinks, your influence can feel like it's shrinking too. You start to wonder about your place in the new South Africa. Are you a vital part of its future, or are you becoming a relic of its past? This uncertainty adds another heavy weight to the stay side of the scale, making the go side look more and more appealing. So, you're stuck in this loop. You weigh the good against the bad, the familiar against the unknown. You talk to your family, your friends, and you listen to their fears and their hopes. Some are fiercely committed to staying and making a difference, pouring their energy into their communities and businesses. Others are quietly packing their bags, convinced that a better, safer life awaits them somewhere else. Every individual story is different, but they all share this common thread of a difficult, heart-wrenching decision that defines a generation of South Africans. In the old days, if your cousin moved to London, you'd get a letter once a month and maybe a fuzzy photo at Christmas. You'd hear they were doing well, but the details were sparse. Now you see everything. Thanks to social media, emigration isn't a distant concept. It's a daily highlight reel streamed directly to your phone. Your cousin isn't just in London, he's posting videos of his kids playing safely in a public park, sharing pictures from a weekend trip to Paris, and writing captions about how efficient the public transport is. It makes the idea of leaving feel less like a massive leap into the dark, and more like a step toward a life you can already see. This online sharing has become a powerful form of modern-day influencing. People aren't just sharing holiday snaps, they're documenting their entire emigration journey. They post about getting their visas, finding a house, and their first trip to the local supermarket in Perth. These stories, filled with images of stability and opportunity, can have a huge impact on those back home who are on the fence. Seeing someone you know, someone just like you, successfully build a new life abroad makes it seem achievable. It plants a seed. If they can do it, why can't I? Of course, social media rarely tells the whole story. People tend to post their wins, not their struggles. You see the smiling photo from the beach in New Zealand, but you don't see the loneliness of the first few months, the stress of finding a job, or the ache of missing a family wedding back home. This curated reality can create a grass is greener effect, where life overseas looks perfect, and life in South Africa seems increasingly flawed by comparison. It's easy to forget that behind every perfect post is a real person dealing with real challenges, just in a different setting. This digital connection also creates new kinds of communities. South Africans abroad form Facebook groups and WhatsApp chats, sharing tips on everything from finding good biltong in Dallas to navigating the school system in the UK. These online networks provide a vital support system, making the transition easier. For those still in South Africa, these groups offer a window into what life could be like. They can ask questions, get advice, and see a roadmap for their own potential journey, making the once daunting process of emigrating feel much more manageable. The internet hasn't just made it easier to see what life is like overseas, it has fundamentally changed the way people connect and form identities. For some Afrikaners, the digital world offers a way to link up with global movements that resonate with their own values and concerns. As they feel their cultural influence waning in South Africa, They can go online and find large, thriving communities of people in America, Europe, or Australia who share similar conservative or traditional views. This creates a sense of belonging that might feel harder to find at home, making the idea of moving to those places feel like joining a like-minded tribe. This connection goes beyond just shared ideas. It's about finding a new narrative. Online, you can find influencers and media outlets that frame the world in a way that makes sense to you. If you're worried about crime and political instability in South Africa, you can easily find content from other countries that emphasizes safety, order, and traditional family values. This constant stream of information can reinforce the decision to leave, making it feel not just like a practical choice, but a moral or ideological one. It becomes a move towards a society that you believe is more aligned with your personal worldview. The result is a new kind of emigration trend. It's not just about finding a job, it's about finding a new cultural home. People are not just moving to a country, they are moving towards an idea they've seen online. This is especially true for younger generations who have grown up with the internet. They can build relationships and even professional networks in their target country long before they ever step on a plane. The digital world acts as a bridge, closing the emotional and cultural distance between their life in South Africa and their potential new life abroad. However, this can also create an echo chamber. When you only consume content that confirms your fears about South Africa and glorifies life elsewhere, it can distort your perception of reality. The complex, nuanced reality of both places gets lost. South Africa's problems seem insurmountable, and the challenges of immigrating to a new country, like dealing with subtle discrimination, navigating a new work culture, or simply feeling like an outsider, get downplayed. The digital trek can sometimes lead you to a destination that looks better online than it feels in real life. Ultimately, this flood of online stories about life abroad does two things. On one hand, it can definitely encourage emigration. When you see countless videos of people enjoying a sense of safety and stability that you crave, it can be the final push you need to start the visa application process. The brain drain, where South Africa loses skilled professionals like doctors, engineers, and teachers, is a real consequence. This loss of talent and experience hurts the country, making it harder to fix the very problems that cause people to leave in the first place. It's a cycle that's hard to break. But on the other hand, these stories can also inspire action at home. Seeing what's possible elsewhere can make people ask, why can't we have that here? It can motivate communities to get more involved in local security initiatives, to start businesses that create jobs, or to put pressure on local leaders to improve services. Instead of seeing life abroad as the only option, some see it as a blueprint for what they could help build in South Africa. This is the flip side of the coin: inspiration, not just desperation. The same stories that convince one person to leave might convince another to stay and fight for a better future. The impact of emigration isn't just about the people who leave, it's also about what they send back. Many South Africans working abroad send money home, these are called remittances, which provides a crucial financial lifeline for families. They also bring back new skills, ideas, and global connections when they visit or return. In this sense, the diaspora remains a valuable asset to the country. They are ambassadors for South Africa abroad and can be investors in its future, proving that leaving doesn't always mean cutting ties completely. In the end, having access to honest, balanced information is what matters most. The more openly people share their real experiences, both the good and the bad, the better equipped everyone is to make their own choices. Honest stories about the loneliness of starting over or the unexpected joys of rediscovering your homeland help paint a fuller picture. Whether an individual chooses to stay or go, their decision impacts not only their own life, but also the future of South Africa. And in this age of influencing, every story shared adds another voice to the complex, ongoing conversation about what it means to be South African today.